You know what gave birth to this ministry? In the visions of the night, I was carried and I was kept in the front of a street. And the street looked so dark and shady with many cages. You know these agri chicken cages? As though they piled cages on themselves, and the cages now went as high as skyscrapers. But it was cages they arranged. When I came closer to the street, it was not chickens that were inside the cage. It was human beings. Many, unnumbered. They were inside cages in darkness. Some were holding the small bar. The cage made them look like they were chickens. They were that little inside the cage. And there was this particular personality that was trying to teach me a song. I've shared this thing with some of you. And they say if I sing this song, those people will be free. While he was trying to teach me the song, the people who were guarding those cages, they began to chase me and the person who was teaching me the song. I already knew my work will be around setting God's army free. The end time army of the Lord, I know where we will find them from. Once upon a time, there will be dry bones. In Ezekiel 37, when they went to discover where they were found, they were dry bones. By the end of Ezekiel, you will find their new nomenclature, an exceeding great army. It is the same thing we are colliding with everywhere we go. You are my witness. Yesterday, by this time, we were in Calabar. I had not made an altar call yet. It was obvious that captivity is a register in every space. Captivity. The average human being must break out from something if he will answer the call of ordination. Nobody is given a breathing space. The only question is, what must you break out from? Because they have ample time to study your bloodline. They studied your great grandfather. They studied the order. They studied to your grandfather. So they know the particular sin that is the besetting sin of your bloodline. They don't need to be trying to know where your area of weakness will be, because they have handled many generations before you. The way you can just sit down and say, this family, they are known with this particular trait. This is how spirits have files as regarding proclivities that are lurking within genetic, traits of different families. They know. If anybody come out from that clan and begins to walk, begins to gain some knowledge in his walk with God, they'll say, go and bring the thing that brings the people down there. So this night you were all praying. Your kingdom come. They will ignore you. They now heard that you are doing that thing. You have prosecuted priesthood for 1 week stretch, and that you continue. And they are not affected and they are not disturbed by your prayer if your prayer is not in tandem with the will of God. Let me say this now to my generation. Prayer is not a threat until it is prayed according to God's will. You can spend 5 hours just doing ATM arrangement and the devil is not disturbed. Lord, remember you said in your word. Lord, you promised me. If you finish everything you are doing, that prayer did not shake anything in his kingdom. He's a self-centered man that has been shouting. The prayer that they will attack is that thy kingdom come, thy will. I know I have a will, but I put my will aside. I devote this altar of priesthood to only bring into earth your plans and purpose. I have my own plans, but let my plan die inside your own. It is that man's prayer that they want to make sure he will not continue that prayer. If you think you are gaining mileage in prayer, you are wasting time if your prayer is not in the will of God. He's coming for you. It won't be long again. You too, you will fight. The same place where your ancestors fell. Some of them, before they fell, they had a hope that one day a warrior will rise from our clan. We will not all, there are people who know that what they are doing is wrong, but they don't have the capacity. They know that it's wrong, but the capacity to overturn the willpower of the flesh that is particularly always affronting the opinion of Satan, they don't have that capacity. So they will call another generation and say, you see this thing what they do? No do. But the person that is advising you is still doing it because he does not have capacity. Hey, it's like paralysis. A paralyzed man inside his mind, if you are playing music, he will be dancing inside his mind. There are some of us that don't know how to dance, but inside your mind, Jesus Christ, the kind of styles you do. These are how some people, this is how they sit down and contemplate the possibility of freedom and put that possibility in another generation and say one day, somebody will rise from this clan. A warrior. A David will show up. Suddenly it will become clear. It is not of he that willeth. It is not of he that runneth. It is of the Lord God that showeth mercy. You will not look like it. They will not even see you coming. There will be no sign to show that you are the deliverer. There's only two possibilities open to us now. It's either to do all our gra and eventually come to that particular junction, that valley where they mastered our ancestors, or we will fight and win a victory that has never been recorded in our bloodline and initiate a new priesthood into our lineage. So you too, you can now say, as for me. There was somebody that said, as for me. You too can say, from me now, as for me and my own household, we will serve the Lord. The good thing about what I'm sharing with you, your righteousness can flow into another generation, just as iniquity too can rub off. The impact of iniquity can create a disadvantage. Since I was born, now I'm getting old, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed beg for bread. There is something about the righteous that will affect his seed. Some of you, the kind of resistance you are facing now, it is the work of other men. It's too late to complain. Now you vow that your own life will become an advantage for those to come.